everyone, it's Rhonda. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for joining me. I am going to work on a little project this morning. This journal that I'm going to create is a little bit different than the journals I've created before. I am going to be creating a traveler's notebook journal that I can bring with me on an upcoming road trip that my husband and I are taking. Now, we are doing a national park road trip. We're going to Grand Teton and Yellowstone National Park. We'll be gone for 11 days, and I wanted to bring a journal along with me that I could use to document each day while we're there. So the problem I run into is I go on these trips and I come home and then life gets in the way, and it takes me a little while to actually create the scrapbooks or journals that I use to document that trip. And because so much time has passed, I forget a lot of the little details. So I wanted to create a traveler's journal so that I could bring it along with me and use it to document every day as we go through our vacation. So writing down the little details, the things that we did, the places that we went, maybe some fun stories, or the places that we ate, food that was good, food that was not so good, just all those kinds of stories. So that is what I am going to do with this traveler's notebook today. So hopefully this should be a quick and easy project today. I am starting with this pre-made traveler's notebook. I've had it in my stash. I believe I got them from Amazon, but this one has lines in it, which is great. I love a lined journal. I can't write straight to save my life, so I like taking the help when I can get it. So I like a good lined journal. Traveler's notebooks come in all different sizes. You can get them with blank paper, you can get them with lined paper. Some have graph paper, some have dotted grids. It's just, your personal preference, what you're looking for in a journal. So I'm going to go ahead and start with this. Now, one thing that I'm going to do is take this journal apart, and I have an idea of how I want this to look. And I think what I'm going to end up doing is taking it apart because it's got a lot more pages in here than I need. This trip that we're going on is 11 days, and this has a lot more pages in it than I think I would ever use. So I'm going to take this apart. I'm going to take out some of the pages, and then I'm going to end up binding it with my cinch tool. Now, if you're not familiar with the cinch tool, it is what allows you to add a spiral binding to your journals, your notebooks, whatever the case may be. So I'm going to use my cinch tool, I think, and bind this. Now, I don't have great luck with my cinch tool. I really need to go in and research how to use it a little bit more, I think. But I say this should be a quick and easy process. It all depends on how I work with my cinch tool. So we'll see how this goes. But that's my plan. I want something that I can just flip open. I want to be able to add some extra pattern paper throughout the pages just to break up the lines a little bit. And just to kind of create just a fun little journal. Now, this journal will not be my journal, my scrapbook that I create for this trip. I will do that at another time, but I just wanted something to bring with me just to document. I'm going to add photos to it. I'll show you either in this video or in another video how I plan on doing that. But I just want it to be kind of just a daily recap of our days in the national parks. So let's go ahead and get this party started here. So what I want to do first is take out my staples. So I'm going to lay this flat, and I've got my staple remover, and these should come out relatively easily. I'm going to grab some pliers here just to pull this staple out. Okay, there's one, and then we'll do the other one, and then I am going to cut the spine, cut down the spine, I should say, of the journal. Okay, we got that done. So now I've got all of these different pages with my cover. So I'm going to cut down the spine of all the papers and the covers, and then we'll go ahead and start from there. Okay, so all of our journal is cut apart here. So I've got my pages here and I've got my covers here. Now, because I'm a little bit extra, I want to go ahead and decorate the covers. You can certainly leave it whole. You wouldn't have to take apart your journal if you wanted to use all of the space that was in there. You could certainly take your journal whole. You could leave the cover undecorated. It's just what you want to do. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and work on this cover. So I pulled out some papers from my stash just for the sake of time, and I've cut them down. Now I have a lot of this little lumberjack collection, and I'm going to go ahead and use that to decorate the cover. This was leftovers from the scrapbooks that I made for this exact same trip almost exactly 3 years ago. We went to Yellowstone and Grand Teton in 2020, and I did 2 full pocket page scrapbooks of that trip, and these were just leftover scraps that were in my stash, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to use that to make my journal cover. I'm also going to use pages from that collection as well to put on the inside of my journal. It's a great collection. I love it. It's very outdoorsy, very nature themed. It's really cute. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and use for this. So I've just cut down the papers that I want to use, and I'm just going to go ahead and attach them. So we'll start with this black paper, and I've cut this with just a little border here so that I can see some of the craft paper behind it. So let's put that down here. Make sure that looks okay. All right, and then I think this buffalo plaid went next, and then that one on top of it. But what I want to do first is ink the edges here. And I'm just using, this is Black Soot. This is the Tim Holtz Distress Ink. Okay, so that's my 3 layers. I think that looks really cute. So then I had to figure out how to title this, and because this is a busier paper, I wanted to do something that I could put on top of it so that it wouldn't get lost. You know, if I stuck stickers down or anything like that, it would get lost in the pattern. So I wanted to find something that would work to put my title on. And this little ephemera piece is also from the Little Lumberjack collection. And I think I'm just going to put this on here, and then I've just printed out in Word kind of my title for this little journal. It just says National Parks Road Trip, September 2023, Yellowstone and Grand Teton National Parks, and it fits perfectly on here. But I think what I'm going to do is take a piece of this black scrap and just put it on that and then put it on there. So let's do that. There we go. I like that a lot. Cute. Okay. We'll put that on there. Now, one other thing I would just realize that I might want to do on here. So this is a tag. So it has a hole here on the top. And I think what I might want to do is just take some embroidery floss and tie a little ribbon on there, or tie a little bow on there. And then that will just be there. I think I'm just going to tie it and then glue it down. And I think that will be good. Let me grab, do I want to do red? I think I'll do some red. Let's see, I'll grab red and black. So actually I found some of this. I found this obviously old thread. I could do something with that. Do a couple different, just to add, couple different threads here just to add some texture. Let's try it. Let's see what we got. And it's all tangled, of course, because it's, I think I kind of want this dark one up here. This may be more of a mess than I was bargaining for here. Where's the start of this? You know what? We'll make a start. Okay, let's do that. And then maybe this one's a little bit, I actually like this velvet one here. It's a little bit darker red, and it's going to go with that other thread. So let's grab that. This is a tangled mess. Okay, I think it goes this way. Okay. So we've got these two pieces of thread here, and I'm just going to thread them through here. And tie those. Still just a little bow. Okay. Okay, I think that looks kind of cute. All right, let's stick that down. I just added a little something something to it. All right, there we go. So there is my cover, super simple, super easy. All right, so my cover is done. There's my back cover. Now, what I want to do is create, or I cut some papers that are going to go on the inside to kind of break up these lined papers. So the first thing I'm going to do is take out some of these papers because I don't need them all. Okay, I think that's a good start there. All right, so I've got my pages ready to go. Now all I need to do is cut pattern paper for the inside. So let's look at what I've got here. So I pulled these out of my stash as well. Again, all from the little lumberjack collection, so everything coordinates. And I just need to cut them down so they're gonna fit with the pages. So I've got, I think I kind of want to do 5 maybe, and then I can put one like every 4 pages. I'm gonna keep hold of that. I may do something with that. There's 3. Could do that one. 4, and then I've got this big plaid here. So I think that's what I'm going to end up doing is those 5. I don't love these cards, so I think I'm going to cut down on that side. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to add in here, so you saw on the back side of this, it's got some cards, some cut apart cards that come with this collection. And I've pulled out this Great Outdoors. Now it is too wide for this, so if I bring my pages over, you can see that it's, if I were to put it in here, this would be, it wouldn't fit, so because it's 6 inches wide. So I'm going to cut this down so that it fits, and I'm going to pop this in between my pages as well. I'm going to add this little bear one, and I'm going to add this Not All Who Wander Are Lost. So I'm going to add those into my pages as well. All right, let's cut these down. Now these Traveler's Notebook pages are roughly 4.5 by 8.5 inches. So that is what I am going to trim these down to. I'm going to use the pages here to measure, and we'll go ahead and get them all cut down and we'll add them in. papers are trimmed down. This one I decided to put it in the journal this way because it's going to bind right there. I couldn't get it to fit this way, so I'm okay with it being this way. It's going to bind right here across the top and it's going to be perfect. Yeah. Okay, so those are all ready to go. Now, I pulled this one aside because I thought, what if I put this on the back side of this? So this is really cute. It's got like different animal prints, track prints on there. So I think what I'm going to do is just use that to cover the back. Why not, right? Okay, so I'm going to trim this down just a touch. Let's see how that works. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, I'm going to ink up the edges on this one. And let's just add that down there. I could have actually done this one too, and then my front and back covers would match, but I kind of like the back side of this paper too. All right, so we'll stick this down. All right, there is that. Okay, so my covers are done and my page inserts are done. Now all I'm gonna do is intermingle all of these. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, every 4 pages or so. I think I'll just add, I just realized that's gonna show on the other side. What if I may have to find another piece of paper to cut and put on the back of that. Now I'm kind of wishing I wouldn't have noticed that before I did this, because I could have put this in here and put this on the back cover. Okay, let me come back to that one because I think I'm gonna have to add another piece of paper to that. So there's my little bears, and they're not as wide, and I'm okay with that. It's just using up some scraps, so it's not gonna hurt anything. It's just that they're a little bit shorter. Oh, we got the same issue there. Why did I not notice that? Okay, so we will fix those two. Just 2, maybe 2. Okay, I'm gonna set these aside and we're gonna tackle these 2. So now I need to find different paper. I've got some of this red paper. I could just do that real quick. Just stick this on the back of one of them. Okay, that worked. Now I've got 2 solid color papers on the back. Let me trim this down just a touch. There we go. Okay, so now we've got these 2. I'm gonna pull this back over here. These ones are done. So let's put one here. Put one there. Those are done. Now I just need to put in make sure that these are all facing the right way. Trims. Yeah, they should all be good. Okay, so now I'm going to maybe here. We'll put that one there, and then we'll pop in one here, and then one will go here. Okay, so those are all ready to go. Now I'm just going to tap it on the side that one's a little bit long. I'm going to trim this one down just a little bit more on the edge. See how that works. There we go, that's better. So I'm just tapping everything on the edge where my cinch machine is going to bind them. So everything is even that way. And then I've got my covers. Those will go on here. And then that's going to be my cute little journal. All right, there she is. She's done. She's all cinched up and ready to go. I decided to spare you the pain of watching me struggle with my cinch machine to bind this, but it's done and it looks good and it's all ready for use. So I can't wait to get on the road and start documenting our stories and our travels and the things that we do, adding photos to this. I can't wait to see how it turns out. And of course, I'll share it with you guys if you want to see how this looks after we've gone on our vacation. But I really like the addition of the pattern paper and the cards just to kind of break up the lines a little bit. One other thing that you could do if you wanted, if you're creating a traveler's notebook of your own, you could add another piece of paper here and create a pocket if you wanted to have some place to put your some memorabilia or whatever that you collect while you're on your travels. That would be a great addition to this as well. I may go back and do that, but as of right now, it is done and it is ready to go. So if you guys would please give me a thumbs up, consider subscribing to my channel. I'd love to have you here. I do think I'm going to film a video next of what I plan on bringing with me on our road trip so that I can document. I will share that with you guys, but otherwise I will see you guys later. Thanks so much for joining me again and have a great day. Bye.